Hello everyone. Welcome to my podcast. I'm Becky and I can be found as Becky Burns Gibson on Ravelry, Instagram, and Pinterest. So today I wanted to share with you my Singer Quantum Stylist 9960. And I'm going to be talking about some of the maintenance that I do in between projects. So I change my needle between every project, and then when I change the needle, I go ahead and clean out my machine and oil it, and this keeps it in good working order. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to show you how to wind a bobbin and thread the machine. And you're going to need, if you're going to follow along with me, some sewing machine oil, Q-tips, a screwdriver, or if your machine came with this handy dandy small screwdriver, it seems to be better to work with than the regular screwdriver. Cleaning brush, tweezers, snips, your thread and empty bobbin, a sewing machine needle. I will be using I will be replacing the needle that I have on the machine, which is a heavy duty needle. I will be replacing it with an 8011 because I'm going to be doing some quilting next. Also, it's handy to have a scrap piece of material so that you can test your stitches to make sure that you have good stitch definition after you change your needle and change out your thread and bobbin. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is remove my thread and bobbin. So I'm going to snip the thread up here next to the spool of thread on the top of the machine. And then I'm going to pull out my thread through the needle. This keeps you from pulling it up through the tension disc and getting lint up in the tension disc. So you always pull your thread out this way, not up through the machine. So I'm going to remove my bobbin. I'm going to remove my spool of thread that's at the top of the machine. Okay, now I'm going to remove the presser foot. There's a lever behind the shank that releases the presser foot. Now I'm going to remove the needle. There is a screw here. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Hold on to your needle so that it doesn't drop down into your machine. And when it loosens up, just pull your needle out. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the faceplate by unscrewing the two screws. And setting them aside. Okay, I'm going to remove the face plate. Okay, so here we see how dusty my machine has gotten. I sew a lot with flannel and it creates a lot of dust in the machine. So the first thing that I'm going to do is remove the bobbin case. There, it can be a little fiddly to remove. So now I'm going to take my cleaning brush and I'm just going to clean out all of the dust. There is a piece of metal in the center here, and in the center of that piece of metal, it's going to look like there's lint in there. It's not. That's not lint in there. That's I believe that's a piece of felt that's down in there purposefully by design. So we're going to leave that area alone. We're going to clean all around it. I'm seldom able to get all of the dust out with the brush, so I'm going to use a Q-tip and go behind myself. You see? Continues to get more dust out. And I'm especially going to be vigilant about cleaning out this seat for this bobbin case. Okay, I've about got that as clean as I can. There are a few pieces of thread stuck in there. I'm going to use my tweezers to get those threads out. These threads will hinder your performance of your machine. So will the dust. Okay, so I now have my machine clean. Never use canned air and never blow into your machine. So now I'm going to oil this the center of this round piece of metal that's in the bottom of the seat for the bobbin case. I'm just going to put a drop of oil in there. This oil is by Dritz, and I purchased it at Walmart. Okay, I just put a drop down in there. Okay, now I'm going to replace my bobbin. Well, first I'm going to clean my bobbin case. Okay, so now that it's really clean, I'm going to replace it, and there is these 2 points here go in the back, and then there is a lever here. Well, it's not actually a lever, but it pushes up against this spring here when you get it installed properly. So we're going to insert it so that this piece goes right in front of where the little spring is. This is not really easy to do, but it can be done. There we go. I got it in now. See how this piece butts up against this spring here? Can you see that? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a drop of oil right here between this metal piece and the bobbin case, which is dark and plastic. So I'm going to put it right here. One drop of oil. Okay, so I put a drop of oil there. So now I'm going to turn my knob, turn it toward me, and that will make the bobbin mechanism turn all the way around. And what that will do is distribute that oil all the way around the bobbin case. Okay, so we're done cleaning and oiling the machine. So now we're going to put our faceplate back on. There is a metal piece here that slides in here. There we go, and then you just drop it down. Tighten up your screws with your screwdriver. Okay, now I'm going to insert my needle. Again, I'm using an 8011 because I'm going to be doing some quilting. So on your needle there is a flat side and a round side, and the flat side needs to go to the back. So you just insert it into the hole, and then you're going to push it all the way to the top, as far as you can go. It's very important that you get it up as high as you can go, or otherwise your machine will not operate properly. And then once you get it up to where you want it to go, turn your screw and then tighten your screw. Not too much, because you don't want to break your needle, but you want it good and snug. You don't want it to go anywhere. Okay, I can replace my presser foot now. And now it's time to show you how to wind the bobbin. Okay, to wind your bobbin, you're going to put your thread on the spool. And I don't know what this is called, but it keeps your thread on the spool holder. Okay, so position 1, your thread goes underneath the plastic that says number 1. So it goes all the way underneath that. Okay? Now it goes to number 2, which is this metal piece here in the back. Goes underneath that and over to number 3, which is right here, and bring the thread around back of this metal piece and then forward around the round piece. This is a tension disc, so to get this properly inserted into the tension disc, hold down the thread with one hand here, and then pull the thread around the round tension disc and pull it so that it seats itself inside of the tension disc, like that. Then you're going to take your bobbin and insert the thread through the hole in the bobbin. Bring it up, set your bobbin down, okay, and I need to turn my machine on. I had it turned off while I was cleaning and oiling it. I have a switch on the side of the machine to turn it on. Okay, now that the machine is on, I will move the bobbin to the right, which will move this metal piece. This will change the display. It will have a picture of a bobbin on it to let you know that you are all set and ready to push on the foot pedal to start loading the bobbin. But first we have to hold on to this piece of thread here that we have threaded through our bobbin. We hold on to it for just a little while, and that way the thread gets buried underneath the wound thread. And then I'm going to clip that off. Okay, so now I'm going to push down on the foot pedal again and hold it down until my bobbin is full. When the bobbin is full, it will automatically stop, and your display will show your sewing machine and your foot pedal, telling you to raise your foot off of the foot pedal. Okay, now I'm going to move the position of my bobbin to the left. This puts it back in sewing mode. I'm going to snip my thread, remove my bobbin from the winder, and now I'm going to insert my bobbin into the bobbin case. So when you insert your bobbin into the bobbin case, you're going to want to insert it in the direction that the thread makes the letter P. That will be inserting it correctly into the bobbin case. And there is a hook right here that you run your thread underneath, and to the left and to the side. Then you replace your bobbin cover. Okay, next we will be threading the machine, threading the machine's needle. Okay, so we remove the thread from the channel that it was in for bobbin loading. We're going to start all over, and we're going to send it numerically through the steps, but we're not going to go toward the bobbin, we're going to go toward the machine needle. So we're going to go under 1, around 2, right here's 2, and we're going to go down for 3. And one thing that's very important when you are threading your machine is that your presser foot should always be in the up position. This releases the tension disc. And if you've ever sewn and gotten a nest of messy thread underneath your sewing, that is caused by threading your machine with the tension disc closed. You want your tension disc open. So we're going to go down and around for 4, up for 5, down. Okay, so I need to show you the needle. Okay, so there is a thread holder right here that you bring the thread behind, just like that. And now we can thread our needle. This machine has an automatic needle threader, but I've never been able to get it to work. So I just eyeball it. Right in there. And pull it right through. I hold on to the front of my thread like this as I'm pulling it through, and this way it doesn't get wrapped around the needle. Okay, so we have loaded our bobbin, we've threaded our needle. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of scrap material and we're going to test our stitches. Now, I did have someone ask about how to use the electronic foot pedal. This machine has a start and stop button, but this start and stop button is disabled if your electronic foot pedal is plugged into your machine. So the electronic foot pedal is plugged into the right side of the machine, and you press on your electronic foot pedal when you want to sew, and you raise your foot off of it when you want it to stop sewing. So I'm going to place my material under my presser foot, and I'm going to lower my presser foot with the presser foot lever. This is important. If you sew with your presser foot lever up, you will break your needle. I have done it a couple of times. Okay, so I'm going to press my presser foot to start sewing. Okay, now I'm going to cut my threads using my thread cutter button. Okay, let's look at our stitches. Boy, those stitches look great. And the underside looks great. So I have threaded my machine properly. Thank you for joining me today as I showed you how to clean, oil, change the needle, load the bobbin, and thread the machine on my Singer Quantum Stylist 9960 sewing machine. I'm going to be recording more videos to show you how to use this machine. It's a really good machine. It came with a lot of presser feet, and it has a lot of really good features. So I will be recording and showing more of this machine for you. If you like what you see, please click the like button. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you want to see more videos like this, please click subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.